And we are recording.
All right. Hey, everybody. Welcome back to the FocalFlip Podcast. Digital today with my boy, Tarris Horton. Tarris, how are you, my man?
Man, I feel great today. Today's a good day. Feeling really good. Glad to be here.
Yeah, it's awesome. I'm pumped that we hopped here online, able to do this. So wanted to get right into some of this stuff. We did an episode how long ago?
Must have been a year or two. I mean, maybe 2 years ago. I can't remember. It keeps popping up on my timeline, like just the clips, because there were so many nuggets in there, man. And you know, we even got featured on LinkedIn KY. That was huge to be featured on LinkedIn KY. I was like, whoa.
Yeah, dude, that was it was something. I was featured on Link Northern Kentucky as well. So like that whole thing with our episode was just it was awesome. It really was. But there was a lot to unpack, man. I feel like we didn't get to unpack it yet.
Well, this episode we definitely are going to, man.
I love it. Well, hey, let's get right into this, man. I've kind of restructured the way I want to do some of these things. We'll get an update throughout the episode, but we're diving right into mental health. So my first question for you right away is, how does mental health play into what you do?
It's everything. I mean, like my wife's a mental health therapist, so I mean, I've been to therapy before we got married, but you know, that was just for my own. I've always been pro mental health, but lately in my everyday life now, it's just everything I do. I think we have a gift and a curse. I always say, God, why do I have to do this? We'll go back into this. Why do I have to do this? But my mental health and me being mentally healthy is the most important thing to me in my life. Because if I'm not mentally healthy, I can't be good for anybody else. So, like, I've been through therapy. I'm not actively in therapy right now, but I've been through therapy. My wife and I, we've been through therapy. You know, like it was for preventive maintenance. So, like, you know, like, and I hate therapy, man. I don't like. It's not nothing that's. If we're getting raw with it, I don't like it. I mean, I think my therapy, we're gonna get raw with it, right? It's my therapy. This Bible right here has got my mama's name on it, and got my mama scribbling all throughout it. So when I need to go, when I need to get, I've never seen anybody actively work this book right here and not get it right. And if your heart's in the right place and you try to do it the right way, that's my thing about mental health. But I do, like I said, my wife's a mental health therapist, and I see the effect that she has on people's day-to-day lives and the effect that it has on my day-to-day life about how to deal with my anxiety. You know, a lot of people had traumatic childhoods growing up. I didn't. I had a picture perfect, healthy, two-parent, functional household. I didn't have any trauma growing up. My trauma didn't come until I got 20, 30. You know, that's whenever I started in having real life situations. So everybody has something different, you know, like and how childhood trauma might deal with somebody a certain way, and then they have to deal with the adult trauma after that, and they're really unpacking that kind of stuff, you know. But trauma's trauma, and one thing I've learned is my trauma might be different than your trauma, but my trauma is no more or no less important than yours, because it's just where you can't compare those things, man. And like, but mental health plays in every decision that I make in life, man. I give it up to God. I'm like, hey, order my steps so I can be a good, healthy, happy person every day. But then every day I'm like, why do I worry about these things?
No, I get it, bro. I get it. I think our story is so similar too, because a lot of mine was after the age of 18. It's dope that your wife's a mental health therapist. I had to have therapy like crazy. And what's funny is I had a picture perfect. Pretty much my parents had a great marriage. They gave me a great childhood. I grew up in church. I went through my stuff as well. And then I was mad at church and was mad at God, and then just had distorted thoughts and images of what reality really is. And what's so fascinating, I think I love that you kicked it off by pulling the word up right in front of our face. It's brought me back to it too, bro. It's so weird how I had to have all these mental things done, right? To start connecting the gap right back to this spiritual thing. It's wild to me. So that's kind of, you got the best of both worlds with a wife that's a mental health therapist. You guys are spiritual juggernauts. I mean, that's the way to do it.
Yeah, but my wife, her path is different than mine. She leans more into the therapy part of it, to where like I was saying, I just think that Jesus can fix everything, but that's just my beliefs. But where two come together or three come together, but I like you said, the best of both worlds. And I had that growing up too, because my mom was heavily spiritually in the church, and my dad was, I don't know if we talked about this before last time. My mom would be at church and my dad would be at the bootlegger, and I would go back and forth from my dad being at the bootlegger and my mom being at church. So I kind of got the best of both worlds in that aspect too. But I just, for my journey, as I've dove back into my spirituality that I was instilled in me as a young child. And like I said, like I've seen work, I've seen people fake it. And when they fake it, it don't work. I've seen people fake it, but when I see people work it the right way and, really, do unto others as you have them do unto you. And it ain't easy, because when you're doing unto others as you have them do unto you, they're not going to do you good, so you still have to be like, and one of my spiritual advisors, Pastor Mark Kinman, I'm going to give him a shout out. He's not even know I'm going to give him a shout out, but Pastor Mark Kinman from Faith Church, I think it's in Independence. He's really like kind of unbeknownst to him. He don't know what he's doing because I don't tell him, but I'll follow this guy and I listen to him. And like when I'm mad and he's sitting in my barber chair and we're talking politics or anything, and I'm just fired up, he's like, you got to forgive him, right? And I'm like, shut up.
It's a tough pill to swallow, bro.
I'm like, yeah, you're right. He's like, so, you got to forgive him. And then he takes me to the cross and he's like, what would Jesus was on the cross with two people, and he had to forgive those people he's like, so you are no better, no different, so that's being mentally healthy. And I think I'm more mentally healthy than I am than I ever have been in my life, just for taking the alcohol out, taking the toxicity out, setting healthy boundaries for myself and my family, like over a course of a while doing that, just like it takes you a while to stop saying yes to people, it gets easier after a while to say no. Nah, that's not for me and my family. That's not the direction that I want me and my family to go to. I'm sorry, but this just can't. And it gets easier and easier. And then being around people who will hold me accountable, like for iron sharpening iron, that's why I feel like being mentally healthy. Because I've had like Pastor Mark Kinman, if I'm mad, he'll say, but you want to be a follower of Christ. These are the things that will keep you mentally healthy, in my opinion. Some people don't know, these things that we were taught, like growing up,
right,
that we didn't know that our parents were doing to us when they were taking us to church. It's like, sit there. What I'm saying? Now that we're older, we're like we talked about before, we're like living off our parents' prayers. And now we're at the age now that we have to live off our own.
That's the truth. That's the truth. Man, I appreciate you sharing that. I just think it's so fascinating. I asked that because how much sobriety do you have from alcohol?
Yeah, I think I'm going on my ninth year sober. I think it was 2000. Okay, it was 2018, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 4, 5. I'm going on my ninth year sober, ninth year alcohol free. I can't even imagine taking a drink. But them pesky cigarettes, I think about smoking them cigarettes every day, but I don't do it.
How long did you smoke cigarettes for?
I smoked cigarettes. Ever since I was 15. I smoked cigarettes for about 30 years. Wow. I quit smoking and drinking at the same time, but I smoked cigarettes. That was, in high school back in Hardin County, that's what we did. We smoked and dipped. After baseball games, we go smoke and dip snuff. I mean, drink beer and talk trash, and it's just what we did growing up in the country. So the cigarettes are the things that like I miss. Honestly, I just miss smoking cigarettes. I do. But the alcohol, I know that like the thought of even taking a sip of alcohol, thank God he has delivered me from that nasty.
Amen, man. Amen to that, dude. That was, I've had opiates, a cycle of opiates and alcohol. And I'm telling you, I thank God, I praise God every day that I no longer have the desire to drink or at all. I'm curious about the cigarettes. What do you miss most about cigarettes? Was it the social part of it? What do you miss most? Like, did it actually calm you, like the nicotine from that? Or because everybody is kind of different with it.
It became to be a stress management thing. You're like, oh man, let me go get a cigarette. And then you take that first draw and you're like, you know what I'm saying? But then the hand to mouth. And then whenever you're drinking, hand to mouth, drinking hand to mouth.
Yeah.
Oh, let's go smoke a cigarette. Yeah, you know, like how many great conversations and bonding moments have you had with your buddies while you're sitting there smoking a cigarette, chawing it out? I mean, reality, let's get real. I know I've had those moments where I sat at the campfire with my buddies. We sitting there drinking and smoking cigarettes and we hash it out, you know, in those moments that you miss when you get sober, you know, and because yeah, me and my friends, we can have those semi moments again, but it's not like those moments again. And I'm glad that those memories don't over exceed the reality of what those memories will bring if I went back to it. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, I think about it, but I'm like, look at my surroundings. If I start smoking cigarettes and drinking again, I'm gonna lose it all. You know, so that keeps me grounded away from. But it's still, I mean, I still crave cigarettes.
Yeah, I was I'd rip heaters all the time when I was in college. Like after I was done with basketball, I remember smoking cigarettes like crazy, especially when I would drink. It was only when I would drink, and then I get into recovery and it was coffee and cigarettes then too. It was like 12 cups of coffee a day. I think I'm running trucks, doing logistics and just smoking cigarettes like crazy. I still struggle with it a little bit today. I vape some, so I'm working on trying to quit that, but like, I actually enjoy it. So
yeah, gotta have something, bro.
My closest people get on me a little bit about it, and I just look at them like, don't test me with this. This is my crutch. I enjoy this one. Thank you.
Yes.
You know?
Yeah, man.
So, but hey, I want to talk about this now. So we haven't been on here. It's been a year and a half or so, right? So remind everybody, because you do a ton. I want to talk about how you're navigating everything that you're doing in life right now. So can you tell us what all you got going on right now and how you're navigating that from a mental perspective?
Man, I'm at a point, I'm a very good spot in life now where I'm humbly asking for help. You ever been there? Yeah, because as an entrepreneur, and I've been doing this for a very, very long time. I've only had 52 now. Since I've been 23 years old, I've only worked in corporate America for 5 years. So I've been out here on my own doing this, no help.
Just hustling.
Hustling. Taking care of kids. You know what I'm saying? Because that's what my number one priority. And you can see, look at my fruit. Somebody gonna talk. You gonna walk the walk. You gonna talk the talk. The fruit, my boys, man, they making me proud every single day. I ain't gotta do nothing else. Except watch my boys if I need to do that. If I want to do that, but God's got me out here to do some more stuff. So where I'm at now is my son Cass. He just graduated. He graduates this month from Moeller High School. Congratulations, Cass.
Right on. Congratulations, Cass.
Yeah, and he's going on to Miami University. And so he's gone.
Of Oxford?
So this is going to free me up to really get passionate about my dreams and goals of what I'm trying to do with the mobile barbering and things like that. So for the past 3 years, me and my wife have been structuring our business to be one business. Now we're one marriage, we're one business. So now I bought a barber van. So I've outfitted out to be a barber shop. So I'm taking it to first to VA hospitals and doing stuff. So that's what I'm trying to figure out, how I can justify taking it to the VA hospitals and to the mental hospitals and to the boys and girls clubs and children's homes, and being just a good steward of what God has given me to give back to the community. But there comes a cost with that. That's when I got to humble myself and ask for help, because I don't know how to do that. So that's where I'm at with that. The barbering, I still have my membership of the Barber, and I've got about 100 clients that come see me monthly. There's a monthly membership, and I'm always taking new clients in Horton's members only barbershop, to where you get 2 haircuts a month for $40. You pay monthly, and that allows me to maintain a certain lifestyle.
Wow, that's pretty cool. So you get 2 haircuts a month for $40?
2 haircuts a month for $40, but it's prepaid. It comes out of your account every month. You just schedule with me. As long as you're on time, you get in the chair, you get out. I don't try to promote it too much, because I'm in a good, comfortable spot. I was refereeing.
Right, yeah, with clientele. Yeah, exactly.
And they like me. I like them. You know what I'm saying? I know what to expect whenever they get in the chair. They ain't got to, there's not, and we might try different hairstyles or something like that. But for the most part, we're catching up for 30 minutes. That's mental health. I got some friends.
Let's talk about it. Yes.
We get in the mud for 30 minutes, and we give each other good, manly, godly, manly advice. We're not out here saying, oh yeah, man, the girl at work, the girl at your office is flirting with you. You should pursue that. Yeah. We're like, make sure you don't entertain that at all, because it will lead to this, and pull up Proverbs and be like, this is what we're doing. You know what I'm saying? That's the kind of relationship that I have with my clients. Or that's just one type of client. I have clients who have come in, who their child, they got 2 kids, and one is dribbling a basketball, and it's about 7 years old, and one is pirouetting around the barbershop. You know what I'm saying? Like, doing pirouettes and circles around the barber. And they're like, I don't know what's wrong with that kid. I don't know what's wrong. I was like, he wants to be a cheerleader. He wants to play basketball. Give these boys the space to grow up and to be who they want to. And their parents thank me to this day and love me for allowing their boy goes to Highlands, is a cheerleader at Highlands, and will get a scholarship to go play, to go
That's
cheer.
A banger. That's fire.
Anywhere he wants to, he'll cheer, because I'm not saying it was me. It was God who used me to show their parents something different. You know what I'm saying?
It's a vessel. You're a vessel. That's all it is.
And I see it every single day with how he uses me at the barbershop. But now it's like I want to get out to the VA hospitals, is where the first connection. At the 22nd, I'm going to VA hospital. There's some homeless veterans there, some veterans that are experiencing addiction, veterans that are feeling some mental health issues. I want to be a bright light to them and take something to them, so they can sit in that barber van, which is I'll show pictures of it and everything like that. Nice barber van. They can sit in there, watch some TV, and connect the same way I'm connected with my clients in the barbershop. I'm connecting with these clients at the VA hospital and giving them some love and loving on them and saying, hey man, I'm here to listen to you. I know we've all had our issues, man. We've all had it. So I'm here to groom you, make you feel better. Because after you get a haircut, I don't care who you are, you get a haircut, you come get a haircut by me, you're going to walk out there feeling better than you walked in there. You're not going to get dumped on at all. You're going to come in, you're going to be like, you're going to be lifted up. You're going to look better. You're going to feel better. You're going to smell better. You're going to act better. It's just it's what happens when you go to the barbershop.
Yeah, man. Oh, I appreciate you sharing that. That's actually deeply personal for me too. Because when I was going through my stuff, I didn't want to talk to anybody about anything. Like, I'm supposed to be tough, hard, athlete, all this other stuff. When I went through treatment, got sober, and once I was kind of clear-minded, I started going to my barbershop. And, my barber is like my old neighbor. And he actually got out of the car business and went into barber school. And he was like working nights trying to finish barber school or whatever. So he's always been good with me. So I went to his barbershop that he now owns, and that has become a form of therapy for me. And that has been so fascinating, is watching this little core group of guys in this little shop kind of expand. But I look at things different. I look at the people that they bring in. What kind of people are you bringing into your barbershop as far as your staff? And they've done a great job with that, So it's like, so now that has become therapeutic for me without me trying for that to happen. You know what I mean?
Man, that's it. That's the atmosphere.
And I can tell, that's what I'm saying. I can tell that with you. That's just who you are as a person and your skill. But going to mobile, shoot, you texted me, guys. He texted me. I was texting him the other day and he sent me a photo. Like he was watching church from the Barber van. And the Barber van's dope.
Yeah.
Like it's sick.
Yeah, I'm sitting there with my dog in my lap watching church in Texas, my Chop family in Texas. I like watching church. Like, yeah, man, that's what it's about, man. And it's so that's saying that like once and after the mental health process goes through the VA hospitals, and then because I know this is something that's never been done before, or you're asking me how I'm trying to manage now, I'm going to look for help. I'm asking for other entrepreneurs, other business leaders, other people in the community who see what I'm doing. I'm saying, hey, help me. I'm out here. I'm not drowning. I'm just swimming. I'm swimming, and I've been swimming for 20 some years. I need a life jacket. I need somebody who wants to see other people be able to experience. I mean, like, I'm not saying that's where I'm at now. So that's where I'm praying. I'm like, God put me in position to the right people will come to help me be able to continue to do what I do, just scale it a little bit bigger. Just scale it a little bit larger. Like my mentorship program, that the mentorship program that I have is Project 1099. It's the summer and it's coming up here in the next couple months. You know, we have mental health components to every aspect of that. And we try to tie that around to anger management and proper decision making. And I'm always like, hey guys, just breathe, man. Just breathe. Let's just take a second. Let's just take a second and breathe, and just we're gonna breathe for a few minutes.
Yeah, just pause. Just pause. I've had to do that so many times where it's like I tell a lot of my people, like, hey, just chill for a second. Like just pause for a minute and breathe. So I appreciate you sharing that, because I'll tell you what, one of the biggest things I struggle with, asking for help.
Yeah.
So I receive help. Like, okay, let me try to explain that. When I first learned how to ask for help, I ended up getting sober and getting healthy. Now that I've also become an entrepreneur, and I jumped out of the corporate world, I realized the struggles, right? And so when you've gone through what we've gone through, we're ran by Christ, then you get out and you feel like you're putting everything out there, but can't get all the dots connected to go to the next level. Like I have been in that situation so many times. So my question for you is, for what you're trying to do, what does help look like right now from other entrepreneurs? Like how could we or other entrepreneurs or larger scale companies do to help you with that process?
I know that there's help out there. I just haven't pursued it because my son was graduating. I wanted to make sure that I was there for my kids and during their high school from birth to high school. Now that now I have time, there's places out there. There's a place in Covington that takes entrepreneurs and helps you grow your business and scale your business. There's places in the state, there's programs in the state of Kentucky that'll give you, there's grant writers, there's tons of opportunities out there. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to start taking advantage of them. I'm going to start, all you have to do is just like ask and you will receive. That's what I'm looking at. And I know that there's programs out there. So what I'm going to start doing is I'm going to start shooting my pitch deck to these people and saying, hey, I've got this idea. You say you've got in your website, on this website, it says you've got $1 million worth of capital to help young entrepreneurs. And I'm not even going to go, and here's going to be the biggest caveat of it all. I'm not even using black. I am black.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? So I don't even want to I want to put this out there to where like, let's get rid of DEI. Let's get rid of all this stuff. Let's get it out there. And let's say I'm an American born Kentuckian with great ideas and a great track record. Who in Kentucky wants to get on board and help put this thing on the map? It's it. And
it's a genius idea.
There's help out there. I'm going to get with the people who have done this and work with them. And if there's no such thing as gatekeepers anymore, let's show and prove it.
Hey, that was hard. There's no such thing as gatekeepers. Let's try and prove it. Covington spot. You talking about Spark House?
Spark House, yes.
Yeah, I've been down there. I've been down there for a couple meetings.
Yeah.
Yeah, let me know about your experience down there. I'm probably going to be checking it out a little more too.
Yeah, that's going to be my next steps for there, and then from there I'll go from there to, something. It's the steps that I'm going to take are using my networking group within the Commonwealth of Kentucky. Because there's plenty of help within Kentucky that they want to help Kentuckians. But
100%. Yeah, they do.
My thing is I have to zone in on which one do I want to do. Do I want to do the mobile barbering? Do I want to take my Project 1099, which is a proven successful mentorship program year one? Blew it out the water, man. We had those boys at Ruby's learning how to cut lobster tail with the head chef and Jeff Ruby's, walking through the kitchen, seeing how they make the desserts and the shoes and these are kids from Dayton, Kentucky. Going over to Ruby's, tasting mac and cheese and lobster.
Yeah, that's fire.
You know what I'm saying? Going to watch the governor do a ribbon cutting. And that's just last year. This year, I've already got commitments from the Louisville Slugger Museum that wants to come down and do a tour there. Agave and Rye in Louisville said they'd feed him. So if I went down that avenue, who do I hand that over to? The Boys and Girls Club, the YMCA,
Yeah, exactly.
I can't do it all. I can't do it. This mental.
Yeah, it comes down to bandwidth. Your bandwidth.
So talking about mentally healthy. Being mentally healthy knows there's only 24 hours in a day. I love my wife. I want to spend the majority of the time with my wife. She makes me happy. She makes me smile. Like people talk about, man, I don't ever want to be without my wife. Pickleball fan, man. So I got to make time for that. So mentally healthy, I got all these ideas and I've only got, let's say there's 24 hours a day. I got 6 hours to spend to either barbering, mobile barbering, all these kind of things. So
how
fit it in. The content is the easiest part.
Yeah. You're so good at content too. I literally will watch your stuff and just go, I can't even keep up. Like, it's so wildly impressive. Like, and I know I've already known you. We've met, we've done an ep too. And I'm like, he's been doing it. You're an OG in it, So it's like, you're super good at that. But I've learned too, the more that I've brought on, because I think the more you put yourself out there genuinely, and you're not driven or ran by greed, the more opportunity comes to you. And that's kind of like where I've been, where I started to just explore different opportunities. And then I realized that my bandwidth became very thin. And then I realized, like, hold on, is this a smorgasbord? Like, what am I? Who am I? What is this? What lane do I want to be in? Right. So I can totally understand that. And actually, it's funny that you brought it up, because I've just been experiencing it more recently than not, where I've had to learn how to humbly ask for help. And I'm still struggling in how to do that. And I'll tell you why. You said gatekeepers, right? Here's why. I don't trust people. All right. And I only say that, and it's not bad on everybody, okay? But let's just say, like, when I approach people in situations and circumstances and environments now, I exercise awareness right from the rip. And my soul, because I've had to do deep inner work and God has saved me through it, my soul tells me a whole lot now when I enter a room. And that's kind of where my whole thing has been now, where it's like, okay, I understand this. So I've had to learn this delicate balance of learning how to trust again while exercising elite awareness at all times, and that's a weird spot to be in. So now that's why it's kind of been like, okay, who can I trust to ask for help? Right? Whether it be financial, mental, spiritual, emotional, right? Who do I trust to ask for help? That's not going to go and spread your business everywhere. So you can have that spot, right? Because it seems like today in social media and online, everybody wants to talk. everybody wants to talk there. But when it comes down to this connection, real talk, where I can tell you no to your face and understand and love on you through that, I don't see it as much, you know? So that's been a struggle for me because I'm like right at that season where guess what? Like North Star, like I didn't even mean to do the plug yet, but here's our tea, man. We started a health drink. And we're growing rapidly and doing this ahead of what your typical schedule is. But guess what? It's just Jeff, myself, B, and we'll need more help. And so what I've learned is like people that, and I know I'm going on a soapbox. I guess apparently I got to get this out.
Yeah.
But for example, like I think we saw something that was like SpaceX has 16,000 employees and their job is to what? Get to the moon or the Mars, right? So the smartest man, arguably the smartest man on the planet, has 16,000 employees and they're not there yet. Takes people, man. You got to start asking for the help. You got to start building those things around it. It takes a team. It takes a team. So I'm in this weird spot of let's build a team, but you got to be a real one.
Yeah.
You got to be a real one. If you're not a real one, like it's not that I don't want anything to do with you. I'm going to love on you. I'm going to respect you and I'll tolerate it for a minute, but you got to be a real one. And if you're driven by greed, I'm at a point in my life right now where I don't think God blesses anybody like that.
Not long term, not for. I've never seen anybody long term be that way. They might get it a quick dollar. I mean, it goes and comes and goes.
But that's not the whole point. We exist in this world, though, right?
Yeah, we need resources to make our dreams come true. Definitely, I agree. I think we are in a definitely, like when you said, it's hard to trust, man. Having people. I mean, because in the spot that we're at, I mean, ideas are out here, but lots of times people take people's ideas, man. It's just a harsh reality of things, and always in the what God has for me, God has for me. You know, what God has for me, what God has for me. But I know several people who will take your play and run it, you know, and not be there for the right reasons. What I've done is accept it that, okay, that's what they're there for. If I feel it in my heart, like you said, I feel like what you were saying about is discernment. Like you can feel discernment of when you walk into a room, you can feel people's energy and all that. And I like just breaking it down to me like that's the Holy Spirit talking to your stomach. And then you have an open, not clouded with alcohol, drugs, where he can reach that, because that clouds everything. That blocks your cognitive receptors. So whenever you can hear those words and hear that stuff, then it's got directly from God. And I am so aware of those things now. And what I've been doing lately is walking away. I've been walking away. I'll be like, and it's easier for me like to say no. I was like, hey, this isn't the direction that I want to go in, me or my family. So, I mean, it's just isn't a good fit. I've been in situations like where I was at an event. I had unpacked all my DJ equipment, all of it, to work this event that I was volunteering at. And I had someone come up, it was the devil coming up to me and saying, what are you doing here? I mean, like, I got approved through this person. They're like, well, you didn't get approved through me. And I was just like, you know what? I'm out. I repacked all my stuff up, put it up, and left the venue instead of arguing about it. And then went to the person. They're like, what happened? I told them, and they were just like, well, I don't blame you. You know, so I believe what you were saying is, I believe that's like the Holy Spirit talking to you and telling you things and warning you. You know, like how many times,
like it's like a warning. Yeah.
How many times have you be like, oh man, I don't feel good about this, and then you do it anyway, and then nothing good comes out of it. You know,
so many times. Try not to repeat the patterns, man.
Yeah. That's a tough place for me. That's a tough place to be. And I'll go back to where I was saying earlier about like how every day I'm like, hey, God, order my steps. Give me what you have for me. Then the hardest is the easiest part to do that, right? But the hardest part is not to worry about it and be like, oh, how this bill gonna get paid? Because then it just starts to flutter. And then you just said to yourself, I'm telling you really for a second. I just said to myself, God, it's yours. You can have it. I'm following your lead. your steps. I'm ordered by your steps. I'll say that in one prayer, and then as soon as I walk out the door and I turn the key, I'm like, oh man, here we go. Got to pay this bill. Got to do you know what I'm saying? And
Yeah,
I'm just
dude,
like,
I do.
oh man, so that's where I want to learn to be in a pace of just trusting God. And if I completely put my 100% trust in God, my mistrust for human don't even matter. If that makes sense.
That makes great sense. That makes great sense. Good stuff, man. Thanks for letting me go off on my tangent there for a second. And that's not against anybody that's in my realm or my circle or my friend group or anything like that. It's just when people, I think, and it's just because I've been burnt so many times and I've had hard things, you know.
Look what we've been through, man. We've been to the bottom.
Yeah.
We've been to the bottom where the people we thought we could trust the most were the ones who were trying to kill us, man. For real.
Oh,
Yeah,
it was rough.
Yeah. I look back
Yeah.
now. The people, I went to a funeral about a month ago with some of the drinking buddies I used to hang out with. Same thing. Same people who I was hanging out with, who I was buddied up with, are still, like, nah, T, you don't got no problem. Take another shot. Killing me, man. So it's hard for me to trust somebody who I just met you. You say you my peoples. My old people's tried to kill me. You know what I'm saying? So God,
Yep.
who can I trust except him? You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely, man. Absolutely. This has been a great convo, my friend.
Oh, man.
This really has.
It's in
Yeah,
too. That's a time.
Yeah, where are you at in the politics space right now? Where are you at in the political scene? Are you what you got going on?
Still registered Republican, and I probably will always be in the Commonwealth of Kentucky, be a registered Republican. Voted for Trump, but I'm not happy with the direction that things are going into, because me or the people who I'm speaking for, who are Republicans who voted for Donald Trump, did not vote for $4.79 gas. We didn't vote for that. We didn't vote
killing us.
We didn't vote for going over to Iran and starting a war with them and getting the Strait of Hormuz. We did not sign up for that. We signed up for America first. That's what he said. He said that. And plus the whole part of how the immigration was going and like, okay, I'm a Republican. I'm not a Trump fan, but I still believe that we'd be in better hands, in my opinion, if we would have let the immigration thing go the way that it was going. So where I'm at currently, I'm glad that Trump did what he said he was going to do with the immigration and got that under control. But hey, man, let's just.
Well, it's more like, what the hell are we doing? Basically,
what now? What now? And he thinks that as long as he keeps the 1% happy in the stock market, keeps fluctuating back and forth, to where people, the 1%ers can keep jumping in when the stock market goes down, grabbing whatever they want stock wise, and then it regulates back up. They're making money. You know what I'm saying? So gas price doesn't affect them, but it affects me. It affects $5 a gallon for some diesel gas whenever I'm trying to take my bus up to the VA hospital to volunteer to do some things. Personalizing this, politically personalizing this. Trump, we didn't vote for that. We didn't ask for that. Now I'm seeing the pendulum's going to have to swing a whole lot further. You know what I'm saying? I'm seeing from my perspective that we're going to have a Democratic president next.
Yeah, it's looking that way.
You know, and I'm not mad about it. In like the local elections, the local elections where I'm at politically this year, I'm not.
Why are we going to war? I mean, we could sit in this topic forever. What are we even doing? And have you ever, the part that gets under my skin is how many billions and trillions or whatever it is that we've spent on these other wars and being so invested and involved and everywhere else. So that was kind of my hope too, was like the America first. I felt the America first, and then I started to feel the America first fade some.
Yeah,
and I felt like somewhat of it was sold in the form of defense or protection. And I don't think we're threatened by that much, and the ones that we are pretty big.
The framing of it all is, in my opinion, they use the fentanyl, they use the war on drugs to say that these cartels that are in, let's say, Venezuela, the first litmus test of what they were going to do to Iran is the litmus test where they were taking out the cartels in the seas, the Venezuela
Right, when they were taking the boats out,
and then they got into Venezuela. Then they did the same thing to Iran, in my opinion. But I believe that it's a lot of Bibi Netanyahu and Jared Kushner. They're all in Trump's ear, and Trump don't care because all Trump wants to do is continue his next 2.5 years to further his legacy, putting his name on the passports, having a UFC fight in the White House. See that one right there, boy. It's a laughable moment, but how far have we come? And when I think about empires crushing and empires falling, I think of the Roman Empire whenever they would have these big coliseums and have their greatest warriors in there fighting within themselves, and people would come and fill the coliseums from miles and miles to see this person fight this person. And that's what he's turned the White House into, is a form of America, of Dana White, who I think Dana White's puppet master and a lot of stuff too on that side, on the filtering of the entertainment and how they're feeding this entertainment side of the game. Bibi Netanyahu, he's doing the whole war. He's just doing his thing because and it don't matter who. Yeah.
Tell me it doesn't all feel like theater.
And I believe that Vince McMahon is up there orchestrating the whole thing too, as far as like how the media gets fed the assassination attempts and all that, the Turning Point USAs and I think they're all up there. Just it's up been that this is overload.
It's just super weird, man. People who are good at connecting dots and investigating things and following money, and it's all really weird. It's all just feels like so much theatrical drama. We're all paying the price for it. All of us citizens, middle class, low class, it doesn't matter. We're all suffering from it while the 1% just continues to get richer. That part gets frustrating. Yeah. And then it almost feels like government and all this stuff with politics is just this. So in my opinion, this is to distract this.
Yes.
And so at the end of the day, like, what are we chasing as little worker bees and worker ants? Like, like we want to have a peaceful life. I didn't vote for $5 gas prices. I didn't vote to bomb Iran either. I did vote for America First. I did vote for safer borders. I don't vote for anything that's divisive, but I do vote for strength. But us dabbling into all this other stuff, I don't care which way you frame it or sell it. I don't see it. Like, I can understand resources, right? And stuff from these different landscapes or spots that we would vest interest in, but it just seems like we're all driven and ran by lots of greed.
Agreed. And I mean, but if we want to break it down to a defense analogy or a defense way of thinking about it, we do have to stay in front of China. We do, because China is aggressively moving to Africa, to anywhere China can get their hands on resources that we need.
They're a juggernaut.
And they're going. So when we look at it on a bigger scheme of things, I get it, but how they're framing that part and making us Americans pay for it, because we could still have gas prices. We got enough gas in our reserves to be able to withstand the Bermuda going into distress. If that's the case, we're the most powerful, and I say this all the time on this other podcast, we're the most powerful country in the nation. If we really want to go in there and fix that stuff, we would go fix that stuff. That's why I believe when you're saying it's theatrics, they want to draw it out to extrapolate money from the middle or to keep us where we are at. Just keep us. Oh my goodness,
keep you here.
Yeah, they just pat us on the head, keep going along. I mean, but
we'll give you your jobs, your 401ks, we'll give you all this stuff, we'll give you happiness, and then but then That's I don't get it.
But I was saying,
we get taxed like crazy too.
What I was saying about China, we have to stay in front of them as far as like technology wise, as far as AI. And I know that whenever we're going into Venezuela and when we were going to go into Colombia, the first thing and the most, I always look at when they start talking about earth minerals that are inside the earth that they want to get. The United States of America wants to go in and say, oh, we want to have rights to these rare earth minerals, things that they need to run these iPhones, the chips, the data, all the AI stuff. We don't want to take it from our land. I get it. Cool. It's awesome. Great plan. Let's take it from somebody else's. But eventually, but I get it. That's why they go in there and like when they're trying to negotiate the deal breaker of what I've seen most of the time is like, no, we're not giving up you our resources. These are our resources. They want to go in and start digging in the ground and finding whatever they need. And I mean, somebody's going to fall for it. First, it was, what was that place he wanted to make? Greenland. Greenland had the resources.
Yeah, that's right.
You know what I'm saying? So that's what I always look at. I'm like, oh, so Greenland has some, so we're going to take theirs. Then Venezuela's got some, so we're going to take theirs. Iran's got some, so they're going to take theirs. But in all these other places besides Greenland, China has a presence. China has a huge presence in Africa. Huge. Trying to get in front of this AI stuff. So I get it where we're trying to make sure that we strategically stay in power. And the military complex system is the largest budgeted budget in the Pentagon, is the largestly budgeted entity in the world, let's say. So however they want to do things, we can't stop them from doing it. They're going to just do whatever they want to. So like we just, like I said, we're little workers down here trying to make a difference, just like a better life for other people.
We're like, hey guys, we're not making decisions up there. We're just down here. Down here trying to fill up our gas tank. I can't get my card to go through. Seriously, man. Like people like groceries, like all this stuff. Like I have so like just it's affecting everybody. And for me, I drive like crazy. So it's affected me. I need to just sit right here for like 3 days.
Yeah, so man, politically, that's where I'm at nationally, politically. Local politics, we've got some pretty good races, and I'm going to be covering those probably in the next couple of days. But it's so divisive, like I don't want to, and it's a primary. So it's, as a Republican, I'm seeing the mud being slang within fighting within our group. But then as soon as we choose our person on next Tuesday, it's all hug, kisses, Band-Aids, and we getting on to the mission. So this is the part of politics that I like the least, with when we're inside picking who we want to lead us. So like for instance, Daniel Cameron versus Andy Barr versus Nate Morris versus Michael Ferris. Daniel Cameron was leading because Daniel Cameron had when he beat Stumbo in 2017 to 19. So he was on that thing. Then he ran for governor. So he was attorney general for 8. So then he ran for governor, and then he had that running on that. Now he's running for senator. So people around the state of Kentucky already know him. Andy Barr, he got the Trump endorsement, and then Nate Morris dropped out, but Nate Morris is still on the ballot. And then you got Michael Ferris in Hardin County, who's the libertarian candidate, who's eating up votes. So that's going to be a real close race. Nate Morris dropped out and said he's for everybody, all his people to vote for Andy Barr to try to beat Daniel Cameron. But who knows who's going to win that. But like I said, at the end of the day, whether it be Andy Barr or Daniel Cameron, we all got to make up and beat Charlie Booker or Amy McGrath, because that directly affects who we are as a Commonwealth of Kentucky. And all the mud. I'm glad that it's been. So when I see these negative attack ads on people, I'm like, you know what, they're going to use that against us. In November, they'll use it against us. So and then the local other elections, man, like the state with the Massey versus Ed Galleron, and you're seeing the Trump endorsement for Ed Galleron and the Libertarian Massey, because Massey has a coalition of the willing. He's got Boone County and the Tea Party, and he's got all his hometown where he lives in Lewis County and everything like that voting for him. So they're looking to put Northern Kentucky up against that, and they got a good group of people that are going after Thomas Massie, but I just don't think it's going to be good enough because Ed Galleron hasn't debated him. Massey's going off name recognition. Let's personalize this. I'm going to personalize it.
Go ahead. Personalize it.
I've voted already. I voted already. I've went and voted early.
Okay.
And let's say the reason why I voted for Thomas Massie. Because Thomas Massie is one of the only people in the U.S. Congress right now that is telling Donald Trump no. Donald Trump needs to know right now that there's Republicans out there that voted for him that are not happy with how he's handling things. We can't do nothing about it. We can't do nothing. We're sitting here taking it. But what we can do is we can
get Massie.
We can put Massie back in office and show that Kentucky sees what you're doing. You're endorsed. The MAGA train is almost over because we know Trump's out of office in 2 years. And if they think they're going to MAGA the JD Vance their way in here, they got another thing coming because that's not going to happen. This pendulum will switch all the way to the Democrat side. Bring JD Vance. They're going to roast him. They've already started roasting him with the Erica Kirk stuff. Bring JD Vance. They're going to roast his butt all the way back to wherever he's from, man. And I'll help him. How I help
Middletown, Ohio.
He said he's from Kentucky. He's out here grifting on Kentucky, saying he was born.
Oh, that's right. He was an Appalachian kid. That's right.
Yeah, he said
he lives in isn't it Middletown?
Yeah,
or Hamilton.
Yeah. He made his money.
That's
right.
What
yeah,
that book.
The book Hillbilly
Elegy.
Effigy. Yeah, we're that. So I mean, cool, good for him. Retire, bro. Retire. I think you were a vice president. Go on, because they're gonna get you, man. The first thing they did is they already went after him and his wife, and now you see his wife everywhere with. I'm just saying, JD, if you ever see this, and I'll tag you, go retire. Let somebody else run this, because the MAGA thing is almost over. And a vote for Thomas Massie, in my opinion, and why I voted for Thomas Massie was to say, Trump, we don't agree with you. We don't agree with Ed Galleron. He won't even debate. He won't even debate. Not that I don't even know nothing about Ed Galleron. Don't know nothing, but I'm just saying my vote was for Thomas Massie because it was a direct message. You can't do nothing at all except use your power of your vote and have an explanation why you voted for that person. That's all I ask for anybody who wants to talk politics with me. Be honest in who you voted for, and have it like whenever you're gonna get mad at me because I voted for Trump, when I can tell you I voted for Trump because I thought the immigration was out of control. And if it would have kept in that same direction where they had open borders, they would have exhausted the economy like they did in Chicago, like they did in California. Everywhere they had an influx of immigrants, they exhausted their economy. Now there's a 0% immigration rate right now. 0. Ain't nobody coming over in this country. So we got to fix it here first. So I believe we should focus on this first, not going over and fighting other wars in Iraq. How easy is that not to understand why I voted for Donald Trump and the fact that I didn't like Kamala Harris? That's my right to do that. That's all I would expect for someone else whenever they say, why are you voting for Thomas Massie? I don't agree with Donald Trump. I don't like $5 gas prices right now. I think that Thomas Massie, I don't agree with everything he does, but hey, I know that he will stand up to Donald Trump. Ed Galleron will not stand up to Donald Trump for the next 2 years he's in office. He will not say, oh, Trump, man, we don't agree with this. So that's why I voted for Thomas Massie over Ed Galleron.
Gotcha. Yeah, you got in it.
Yeah, man. Well, I mean,
I love seeing that passion come out.
But it means it means something to me, man, because they play with us, especially in the Commonwealth of Kentucky. They play with us. I'm on podcasts in Ohio, and they're sitting there dogging me out for me voting for Trump. But the Democrat who they put in office and over in Cincinnati votes with Donald Trump on money to Iran. He votes lock and step. He's a Democrat, but he votes for these same bills that funds all the stuff that Donald Trump wants to do. But since he's a Democrat, he gets a pass. And then I let them say everything they want to me. And they're like, so what you gonna do, Mr. Horton? I said, I'm gonna vote for Thomas Massie. Something you can't do. Something not too many people can do. Only the people in Northern Kentucky and Thomas Massey's district are the only people privileged enough in the United States of America. That's some real stuff right there. I don't think there's another Republican running for Congress in the primary who's going against Donald Trump, because he said, if you don't vote with me, I'm going to primary you. And Massey said, primary me. I don't care. So he gets El Galleron, and now he's got to go up again. And they're spending millions and millions and millions of dollars.
It's going to be a spending spree.
And we got 2 more weeks. But my prediction, Thomas Massey wins, and I'm saying generously by 12 points. And if anybody wants to,
putting it down, baby. I'm
12 points. 12 points, Massey. 12-point Massey
12
win.
points, Massey says. Well, good deal, man. Tarris, this has been great. We've been rolling for about an hour here, man. This has been a great conversation. So let's get ready to wrap this sucker up. Which lane are you going to go in with all the things that you got going on, man? What's the future looking like for Tarris?
Praying every day, man. I swear. Pray to God. Take it.
Mm-hmm.
Wherever he opens the door for me, because like I got everything, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like I got my salvation mostly. You know, that's like I have no more in life. I'm clear now that I like when somebody's like, your faith, where you at in your faith? I believe without 100% that Jesus Christ came on this earth and came through Virgin Mary and came to this earth and died for our sins. I believe that. You know what I'm saying? So my faith is stronger than I've ever been right now. So I don't know. I mean, I've got so many opportunities, man. I've got an opportunity where I can open up barber shops and bowling alleys all over the country. You know, and I know it'll work. I mean, you know, and it's nothing. We're going to do one here soon, just to test the waters to see. So, I mean, I've got my hands. I umpired my last baseball game last night. I love umpiring high school baseball. This dude Jackson, I don't know his last name, left-hander from Ludlow, catcher, bases loaded, 3-0 count. The pitcher throws out one in the dirt. He swings at it in the dirt and makes contact because he doesn't want to walk. Hits the ball over the scoreboard for a grand slam. Come on, man. High schoolers. I'm out there, you know what I'm saying? So could I go work in – they just – in 2027, 2028, they are making pickleball an official high school sport for the Kentucky High School Athletic Association.
I saw that. KHSAA.
Right outside my door, I'm looking here to the left. I don't know if you can hear. There's kids from Dayton High School. I live right outside there. I'm looking directly at Dayton High School, and I'm watching kids play pickleball right now. There's no other high school in the Commonwealth of Kentucky that has pickleball courts on their campus. I'm safe to say that.
Dude, let's talk about Dayton High School. Hold on, man. Because I got a connection here. So our co-packer that we decided to use for our yerba mate, Dayton, Kentucky, baby. So I am down when my first time going down to check out that facility. I hadn't been in Dayton in a while. And dude, I have been there so much. I've stopped eating. Like, it is amazing. Like, I just remember, I think back of like the Newport days, the Bellevue days, Dayton, and just like see everything kind of like expanding, growing. But then it has this, it's just cool. It's a feel, small hometown feel, but the new upgrades to the school and whatnot, like,
the stadium and everything in the park. We just put $500,000 in the park out here. The kids are. I want to see if I can.
Manhattan Harbor. Like
no. It's the park. Our. I can't do it, or I would try to show you. There's kids out there playing right now in that park out there, but I'm not going to. I can't show it, but.
Yeah. That's cool.
You asked me what I do. I potentially could start pickleball club at at Dayton High School to be the first pick. That's who knows what's about to happen. The mobile barber van that's moving along. I mean, so that could happen. Oh man, what else? My wife and I, the podcasting and the music is where I really love, and I'm gonna get back to that in October. But yeah, man, I've got a lot of options. I don't know what I want to do, man. I'm just asking God to, like probably when we talked last time, God, order my steps. What does God have for me to do? Is what I want.
Yeah. That's what I'm doing every morning when I wake up. Asking him to lead my steps. Put the list down, lead my steps. Use discernment. That was the best word you had for me earlier, it's utilizing discernment. But yeah, no, thank you for coming on today. I really appreciate it. This has been an awesome conversation.
Yeah, man, this has been the highlight of my day. I've been thinking about, but there's more. I want to talk about just a couple more things as you had said, the music part, because we didn't touch on the music part. I want to kind of help for people out there who have one time or another used music as a outlet for mental health. I think you should do it, man. I do. I use music as a mentally health outlet. I still write. I'm actively inside of, I still have a record label, so I can create music anytime that I want to, but it's an awesome outlet to get that out there. So for Project 1099 this year, we're going to have a music component into our programming. And if you don't know it, Project 1099 is my youth mentorship program that I have in Dayton, Kentucky, where I take kids around. But I'm condensing it from 10 weeks to 5 weeks so I can pack in more. So we're going to I've got all these old records that I've got from my collections for all these years. And I'm going to teach these fifth, sixth, and seventh graders what a vinyl record is. They get to tangibly touch one. They get to read the inside. Let me grab a record real quick so I can give you a good.
Oh, yeah. Show them the vinyl, man.
So I'm going to take kids and I'm going to show them. They know who Michael Jackson is, but they've never, they have a vinyl, and then they'll be able to take it out and say, this is what a vinyl record looks like. And on the vinyl record, it says Michael Jackson, Wannabe BMI, written by Michael Jackson, BMI. They need to know all this stuff, all this tangible stuff, though. ASCAP, who wrote this one? R. Temperton, Paul McCartney, The Girl Is Mine with Paul McCartney and Michael Jackson. So all these people, who was a trademark by CBS Marketing. All these stuff is that I feel like they need to know. And then they're going to clean up a whole bunch of records. I got a bunch of records. I'm going to show them how to do it. I'm going to alphabetically order it for them. And then like last year, we had a lemonade stand that we went to. We set up a lemonade stand. This year, we're setting up a record stand. So all the kids are going to be able to sell records. People are going to be able to come and go through records, and the kids are going to be able to talk to them and say, hell yeah, this is Louis Armstrong. Louis Armstrong was a part of this era. Oh, that's a Tupac. This is Elvis Presley. This is Bing Crosby. And they'll know about music history and be able to sell these records. This is Michael Jackson, Thriller. Thriller had a music video that changed our world. This album right here, and be able to talk about the songs that are on it, who executive produced it. Quincy Jones, co-produced by the management. They're going to learn. They're going to get music business 101 this year during the Project 1099. And at the end of the component of it, I'm going to see if they want to write some music, write a little jingle, and then bring them in the recording studio, bring them right in here, put them on record, and have something tangible that they can take back and say, this is what we completed in Project 1099 for this year.
That is really neat.
So that's
very cool, my friend. That's really cool.
That's what's going to happen from now until, but then October, I'm picking up the pen again, and I get to enjoy some music with my friends. And I think we're going to go out and we're going to do some concerts and do some battle.
Are you?
Yeah. I think we're going to get out there, and I got some friends who are put out some music and they want to get out on a Chitlin tour. So I'm gonna go out with them, and I'll DJ and I'll spin some records, and then I'll rap a little bit, but it'll be more showcasing them. And then I'll be selling merch and kind of behind the scenes and but that's where the mobile van comes in too, because we'll be taking the mobile van to these different places and setting up at
you could
clubs or YMCAs or something like that, to where we do outreach that day for mental health, and then later on that night have a concert. And this is what we're working on for October, for fourth quarter of this year, because I work in quarters, man. So
yeah, I get it. I love it, man. What can I do? How can we line up with you to help?
You already have, man. This has been just doing stuff like this. This has been a great hour and great use of time. And man, I appreciate you having me on your program.
I've enjoyed it. No, I appreciate you. I've really enjoyed it. It's been a great conversation. That Barber van, I think, is genius, honestly, Tarris. So, whatever, if you ever need some help with that and wanting to go take that thing places, I have a heart and passion for underprivileged folks. So I'd be happy to collaborate with you on that too.
And the same with the yerba mate, man. I've talked to Jeff.
There's some kids and stuff that could use it. There's some of these children's homes. There's a lot of them that would, and you would be able to have help in funding that too, where you'd be able to go and spread that mission.
That's
serve that community.
In the yerba mate, whenever you guys were talking about how we could do a DJ set, inside of a coffee shop. I'm down for that.
Yeah, we can do. That's the thing. We're going to be planning on doing a bunch of stuff with North Star. If you want to jump in on that with us, absolutely. So yeah, here it is, everybody. There's our product. It is up on Amazon now. So Prime 2-day ship. We're selling at the Independence Farmers Market, Matt's Natural World, Susan's Natural World, all that good stuff. So Tarris, you can come out to events with us, and it's fun. We're thinking it's gonna do okay. People seem to like it, and it's something that actually got me healthy. So it's like, we'll stick with it as long as I don't get unhealthy, then we roll with it, right? So,
yes, sir.
All right. Well, we love you guys. Just hit like, hit subscribe. Get some folks over to my channel. I'm still an old dude trying to do this. I need subscribers. We're getting some views. I need people in here. Come in here. Get in these conversations with guys like me and Tarris, or we talk about the real stuff. And then we leave with love. So
I got to give you a shout out too for what you're doing, because it's not easy to do the podcast and get the guests together and get people to open up on. Like, I've seen people talk about shadow work. I've seen grown men cry on your show. I've seen I've seen people who are going through like regional, like when Sully, when it was on, and what he was going through and what he's went through in life. You having a space to tell his truths and be able to, speak his mind, and having Chuck Kenny and Taylor Kenny. I mean, you are truly a pioneer in this area for what you're doing. Not too many people can assemble the group of people that you've got together, like from coaches to people who are in recovery. I mean, you've got a really good, solid group of people who you've had on your programming. And it's not easy to do. Anybody out there wants to think that they can just go and do a podcast, go watch FocalFlip, and he'll show you some good guests.
Yeah, man. I really appreciate that. That means a lot to me, because that's it's been a very humbling experience. Also been scary too. But that means a lot to me, because that's who I want to be as a human being in general, is that safe space. That non-judgmental, man. We can go be warriors every single day, but love each other, not agree on things or agree on things, and get in the trenches with it, man. I struggled with it for so long. I don't want to do it anymore. I want to hang with people and talk about this stuff. So I appreciate that.
Do you ever think about that? Like I just said, I mean, do you ever look back and think of the people that you've had on your show? I mean, the guests, people, and how impressive. I mean, like you put those, I'll riddle you one day to Google or to put all the people that you've put your podcast in AI, and put all the people that you've had on your programming, and let AI put together a summary of what you've done, and it will probably blow your mind. Or I can blow my mind, because you've had the Stowers on there. I mean,
yeah, it's been fun, man. We we put like a local, like it's like a local regional feel to it, where it's like a community feel too, right?
Yeah. And like the first person I've ever interviewed in Northern Kentucky was Jeff Stowers after a Brendan Stowers basketball game at NKU. You know, so it's like seeing you bringing them on programming, and then like Michael Walker having him back on.
Yeah, Mike back. Yeah,
that's hard. You know what I'm saying?
See, I appreciate that. Yeah,
I
want to keep
in that.
Yeah, thank you, and I want to keep bringing like you guys back on too, because it's like this is life. We're just doing life, and a lot of things happen within a year, you know. So it's like it means a lot to me when I have guys like you come back on here and are willing to give me that update and talk about tough stuff. So, yeah. But yes, thank you, man. I've been humbled by it. Sometimes I'm kind of like, man, I'm surprised. Kind of surprised myself a little bit with it. Like the amount of people that said yes has been the most humbling part. Nice. So, all right. Well, we love you guys. We're going to cut this sucker out. And I'm sure you're going to see Tarris and I together doing something at some point, because I'm going to be driving by his house clearly as I'm going down to Dayton all the time. So,
yes, sir.
We love you guys. We're out.
All right, man.